Hello everyone, and welcome to Constructed Corner. Now first, before I tell anything else, if you just want to see the deck presentation or just hop straight to the matches, just use the chapter selection below in the search bar of the video, and therefore you don't have to listen to my ramblings here. Now, with that said, this is a new feature on my channel, which I may or may not continue in the long run. So I'm going to play Constructed Magic the Gathering on Arena, of course. So that will be like traditional standard and traditional historic about once a week, perhaps. I can make it more common if people actually care about that kind of content. But I do understand that my channel so far has been only a limited channel. I had like a couple of constructed videos, one from Arena Open and one from a qualifier weekend posted. The videos got some views, but of course the people who just are logging my content because of the drafts and maybe the occasional sealed deck event, they may not care about the constructed, but I wanna try this and it might be fun. In the end, I do complete the sets, so I basically have all the cards on Magic Arena, and as you can see, I have wild cards to make any deck that I ever want to make, so why not play some constructed. Now I do play constructed Magic, I just don't record it usually, so I've decided that maybe I can occasionally record it. The point is to, in these kind of videos, to play decks that are maybe not the most common net decks, because you can find that kind of content a lot from YouTube and Twitch and wherever. So I try to play maybe a bit different decks, but still the aim is to play decks that I'm confident that they can win some matches. And I will be playing events, traditional, so best of 3 is the format of my choosing always when I play Magic, if I can choose that. Best of 3 standard and best of 3 historic events, and then usually I decided that if the events go really bad, so let's say I lose 2 matches and that's it, then I will continue with the same deck, doing some ladder games in that case. So the video will have some number of matches anyway. Okay, so that's that. That's the introduction of this constructed corner, and now I will introduce the deck that is going to be played in this video. It's going to be Monogreen Stompy, and this is a historic deck, as you can see. I've been actually played versions of this deck as the longest time. This is the deck that I have had for the longest time in Magic Arena. It has of course changed in composition. For example, the newest additions in the deck are the Werewolf pack leader, which was a pretty good upgrade to the deck, and also the Lair of the Hydra is pretty decent creature land in the deck. So I've been updating this deck a lot, and I have been actually gotten fairly good success. I have actually ranked to Mythic with this deck, playing the best of 3 ladder. And well, not with this particular build, but in the past, with the past versions. And this often can be an okay metagame choice. This does have bad matchups, definitely does, but it also has good matchups. This can be very explosive, so any opponent that has some is struggling in the beginning of the game, I can easily just run them over. And I have some resilience against wrath effects. For instance, I can leave mana up for Collected Company, so the opponent wraths the board, and then I just play this end of their turn, suddenly have a 2 5 power creatures, or 4 power creature, 5 power creature, and deal the rest of the damage. Planeswalkers help a bit, and of course Great Henge is here to gain some good value. And the Werewolf pack leader has been a very impressive addition to the deck, because it also gives you, well, it's a 2 mana 3/3, just like the Barkhide Troll, but you get to draw cards. You can give this trample if you have some extra mana and so on. So this is pretty decent. The 1-drops are only 2 different cards. Of course, there's the Llanowar Elves, and there's a Pelt Collector. Pelt Collector will routinely get to 4/4 here, so 1 mana 4/4 after a couple of turns is definitely great. And the Llanowar Elves is just, that's the best start you can have. So the dream starts with the deck are Llanowar Elves into a 3-drop, mostly the Steel Leaf Champion or the Old Growth Troll, or alternatively another great start is Llanowar Elves into a turn 2 Pelt Collector into a 2 mana creature, so you get basically a 2/2 and one of these 2 mana creatures, and those are the kind of dream starts. Usually this deck wants to hit the 1-drop, but on the play you can keep hands that don't have a 1-drop. if it has a 2-drop. On the draw, you really can't keep hands that don't have 1 or 2 drops. You basically have to keep hands that have 2 drops and no 1 drops on the draw, because there are only 8 1 drops in the deck, so you can't always mulligan into a 1 drop. But on the draw, without the 1 drop, it's gonna often be maybe a bit problematic. Depends on how good of a start the opponent has. But the reason there are so many 2 drops in the deck is that you basically have to have either a 1 or 2 drop to have a good game plan. Scavenging Ooze is here in the main deck just because it's actually fairly good in a creature mirrors, because you get life and you get this grows and grows when creatures trade. But of course there are a lot of graveyard focused decks in Historic, and having a main deck way to interact with that is definitely a good idea. So the fact it's just a 2-mana 2/2 sometimes hurts, because it's not really good enough in Historic, but it's often enough relevant to have this in the main deck. So that's the reason I have it in the main deck instead of the sideboard. The 3 drops, this came from Kaldheim. This was before this, it was a combination of Lovestruck Beast and Yorvo. But I think the old Great Troll is pretty good. This is yet another rat insurance. Doesn't work against exile-based rat effects, but it's great against destroy effects, because you get to, well, basically you get to just make a 4/4 token at instant speed from your land. And of course you get a land that produces 2 mana, which is always also nice when this thing dies. Well, the Steel Leaf Champion is, pretty simple. Of course, when you play a Monogreen creature deck, you will play Llanowar Elves and Steel Leaf Champions. They are kind of the two, both from Dominaria also. So they are kind of, you never cut these things. I guess you could sideboard these out depending on the matchup, but that's very rare. And of course, the Collected Company is the thing that makes this deck actually good. Such a nice effect, especially when you can get 5 power creatures, 4 power creatures, and two of them with 4 mana. It's just amazing. And the Planeswalkers are here. They are fairly good. The Garruk Unleashed is maybe the card that gets cut the most during sideboarding, but it's really, the +1 is very good, and sometimes when in a grindy matchup you just make a creature, and if the opponent can't kill this, you get to plus this, and it's gonna be significant, because usually this deck is the aggressor in most cases. So this is pretty good, an aggressive card against, of course, decks like Mono Red. This is gonna get sideboarded out. And the Vivien is also a way to get the edge in the creature mirrors. So for example, the Cruel matchup depends a lot if they get the Embercleave, but usually this is fairly good because the mana is better in this deck. I don't have Bone Crusher Giant, but I have bigger creatures, and I can make them even bigger with the Vivien Arkbow Ranger. So I quite like the Vivien. This is the card I have mostly thought about maybe cutting from the deck, but it just keeps performing. The +1 here, because it gives both a permanent counter and gives trample to your creatures. Not all of these have trample, especially great with Rhonas, because Death Touch and trample is pretty good combination. So yeah, it's fairly good card. And Great Henge, great, because I have 7 3-mana 5 power creatures, and then some 4 power creatures. So this is often going to cost only 2 or sorry, not 2, but 4 or 5 mana. And with things like Garruk, it can also just cost 2 mana. So it's of course fantastic. And then, well, the lands are here, 22 lands with the 4 Llanowar Elves. I can't really afford to flood out too much, and even 5 of these lands are lands that have some utility. So I have found this to be okay. Sometimes you have 1 landers, 0 landers, because this is best of 3 that I'm gonna play, but then you just have to mulligan the 6, and there's nothing to do about that. The sideboard is it's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress because it depends on the meta. Currently it's triple Allosaurus Shepherd, because there are some decks that run a bunch of counter spells, memory lapse and stuff like that. This is going to be hugely effective against them, and the deck has a fairly few. It has 12 elves in here. In the main deck, for example, the Pelt Collector, Llanowar Elves, and the Steel Leaf Champion is an elf. Although the activated ability doesn't actually make the Steel Leaf Champion that much better, but getting these base 1/1 creatures to, into making them into 5/5s, including this Shepherd, that's also relevant. But this is not going to be sideboarded in often, and I've been bouncing between 2 and 3 with these, but when you get the counterspell deck against you, having 3 of these is it's almost an automatically win if you get to play these so that the opponent doesn't have removal for it. So currently it's 3. Craftrigger's Cage, 2 of them in addition to the Scavenging Oozes to, battle against graveyard decks. Of course, the bad part about this card is that it completely shuts off Collected Company. So I will just, when I sideboard these things in, I will sideboard all of these out, and it's kind of sad, but I don't want to draw these when I have a Craftrigger's Cage out because it's a dead draw in that case. Gemrazer and Wilt are here to, kill various artifacts and enchantments. Wilt is here as a one of mostly like something you can maybe draw against an Embercleave, whereas Gemrazer is better in general. You can mutate these for 3 mana into Pelt Collector or Llanowar Elves, which is pretty fantastic. You get to kill an artifact, mostly, for example, those artifact, those sort of brown decks that have Eugene and, well, it's a plate deck in Historic, the one that only plays mostly artifacts. They always have the mana rock on turn 2, for example, so Gemrazer is pretty fantastic against those decks. Ram Through is just, against creatures decks because you want to have some removal. The main deck doesn't have anything else than the Vivien Arkbow Ranger. And that's the decision I have gone with. There are enough decks in Historic that don't actually have a lot of creatures, so I don't want to have some creature removal in the main deck in that case. But the Ram Throughs are coming in against a lot of decks. And there are questing beasts. These are against Planeswalker decks, of course, that have like say Teferi or whatever Planeswalkers there are. The other reason to play these is that these are good against decks that have mass removal, because 4 power hasty creature is good to, you can follow up a Frat effect with this thing, so it's fairly decent. Thragtusk is also works against decks that have mass removal, and of course very fantastic against aggressive decks because the gaining 5 life is huge. So this is the sideboard. Okay, so now you see the deck, and that was a pretty long introduction, so I may be doing some shorter introductions in the future, but I'm just experimenting here. Anyway, there is a chapter selection below, so if you don't want to, you can just always hop straight to the matches here. So let's take a traditional Historic event here, and choose the deck here, and let's see how the matches go. So my idea is to play this, well, I'm gonna play the event, of course, but it's a double elimination event, so maybe I will play at least 5 matches. So if in the event I play less than 5 matches, I will play ladder matches after this event to have some more content in the video. So basically, if I go like 2-2, I will play a ladder match after that. If I go 0-2, I will play 3 ladder matches, and so on. Of course, if I go better than 2-2, then probably the event will be it will last long enough that it's enough content for one video. Okay, opponent gets to play. This deck, of course, is a lot better on the play, but this is best of 3, so at least once in each match. Well, unless I win it 2-0 on the draw both of the games, I can at least once get to get to be on the play. Now this is of course a perfect start. Well, not perfect. It's very close to perfect. Llanowar Elves into a Steel Leaf champion, assuming they don't have removal. Of course, there are decks with that's a Thoughtseize Inquisition or could be the also Fatal Push is very played. So it is very efficient. The Fatal Push is very good against this deck, but yeah, they took the Steel Leaf champion because I had 2 of these elves. No point taking one of them. And now I hope to... the land was a bad draw, of course. I don't need any lands in this hand, so I need to draw something that is not a land. So let's hope I can get there. It seems to be the black-red deck. Okay, no, it has Bone Crusher Giant, so is this... Oh, I even drew a 3-drop. Man. Well, that's the black-red deck that has removal and discard. That's a common deck. This matchup isn't particularly great for me, but if I am on the draw, it's a lot easier. For example, if I was on the play, if I was on the play here, they couldn't have done what they did. Or at least it wouldn't have been that efficient. Okay, well, this is not a bad one. So I can get this, and then I have Vivien Arkbow Ranger. So the point is, if I was on the play here, I would play the Llanowar Elves, and they have a decision. I mean, they would have to Inquisition. They would still take the... Okay, they would still take the Steel Leaf Champion. I would play another Elves. They have a Bone Crushed Giant. Well, I could play the Old Growth Troll. Okay, maybe it didn't make that much of a difference. Okay, do they have no spells here to play? It seems like they played the land and went straight to combat. Do they have no 3 mana spells? Interesting. Okay, so let's play this and see what happens. It seems like it kind of resolves here. Alright, so I'm doing like this. And then I'm going to attack with this and leave the Pelt Collector to block. Okay, so they had no place. What is this? The Hive of the Eye Tyrant can of course attack here. It has minis and all that, but okay, let's see this, what happens. Okay, because now I can use the -5, but my sideboard has like a questing beast. I don't think I'm gonna use it. Nicol Bolas. Okay, well that thing that just dies. Okay, interesting. I guess I should have played the Oasis. Yeah, I actually didn't. I thought that this card they are gonna have. If they wanna attack with this, I can't block it with the one guy anyway. It has minis. And they are not gonna do that because they're gonna die to the troll. Point is, I didn't expect them to actually have. I actually should have realized they have a blue mana here, so that means they do have a Nicol Bolas the Ravager. So I should have played this instead of the fifth. Okay, they're just losing now. You know, the 5th forest was making no sense. But anyway, point is that this is why the Old Growth Troll is so good. You can just do this after Wrath and now they die. I don't even need to use Vivien here. It's just lethal damage here. Okay, so it is, yeah, I kind of first thought it's a black-red, some kind of Kroxa deck, but of course it is a Grixis deck, and... Okay, they have a Crux of Fate. I don't care about 5 mana Wraths. What do I do against Nicol Bolas? I don't have any discard hate. I mean, against this kind of decks, it would be funny to have the Nullhide Ferox. Is that the card from Guilds of Ravnica? It's at the 4 mana 6/6. If the opponent's effect causes you to discard it, it goes to battlefield instead. And it has what I can't cast non-creature spells. It has hexproof, but any player can. Well, anyway, Nullhide Ferox is the card that could be used if that kind of Grixis decks were more common in historic. But I don't think they are very common. And of course, I can't change my decks mid-event. So if they don't have Kroxa, I don't need Scavenging Ooze here. That really doesn't maybe. It feels like this is not a good card in this matchup. However, I will play Questing Beast. I could play like a Ram through Gemrazer. Are they gonna have? Also, the track task wouldn't be that bad. Because they of course have the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker too. The Planeswalker is the reason I'm thinking about playing the Questing Beasts. And do I want to have like a ram through against the Flyer Bone Crushed Giant? That doesn't seem that amazing, but maybe. Just maybe. I mean, this mana curve is kind of bad. I did cut 3 2 mana cards here, and I'm putting 2 4 mana cards. Yeah, maybe I'll play like a 1 ram through. If I draw it, that maybe finds a target, I mean. So I will get to be on the draw again, but if I lose this game, I will be on the play. That's the good thing also about best of 3. You can still lose coin tosses often, but you at least get to be on the play in the matches if you lose. Now another Llanowar Elves start, but I'm guessing they have another discard, but it's I don't think it's that bad. I mean, unless I never draw lands here, because the Collected Company is gonna be very good against them too, so they want to get rid of that thing. But now I can... Okay, now the problem is if I don't draw lands. of course. But if I draw one land, I'm pretty good to go here. Okay, they just play a Bone Crusher in there. Yeah, not ideal. I guess I'm gonna offer the trade here. It's not going to draw me a card here, and I want to raise them. They are also taking 4 damage from their own cards. This will allow the Pelt Collector to grow. Of course, they might have another Bone Crusher Giant and kill this. Well, then they do have it. I mean, I just need to draw lands so that the collected company is a thing. Okay, Giant Rum. Yeah. Yeah, not. I mean, I kind of need it. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Yeah, this is gonna be. This is gonna be. I mean, yeah, missing land drops when I have all these 4 drops is of course bad.
Yup, you're going down.
They chose a card instead of a mana here, but I guess they got a good enough card here. So this thing didn't survive. And now I need to draw the land just to have at least a Steel Leaf champion here. Well, they can get it away. They're hurting themselves a lot, but it doesn't really matter here. Now if I draw a land and collected company, this will be able to attack, unless they have a counter spell. Let's see if they have the big nickel bolas here. No, they get a... Okay, they do that. They got a lands, they can't even play it, because this only cast spells. Scarab Guard, well, of course. Okay, well... Yeah, that's game over. They can start getting guys there, and I didn't draw I needed to draw the land there. So let's see if I can be a bit more successful. Now with the Scarab Guard I actually do want to have more of these ram throughs. This doesn't target planeswalkers, no. So although the Scavenging Ooze kind of works against the Scarab Guard too. I should maybe cut some of this stuff. Maybe the Vivien Arkbow Ranger is not that great. The Great Henge, it's good. I'm gonna keep that. So at least one ooze, one ram through. Do I want to get rid of one of the Rhonases? It is legendary, and the black red doesn't have a lot of, well, black red blue. They can have some exile effects, but I don't think they're gonna have a lot of them. So maybe I don't want to have 3 of these, because drawing 2 of them means that the other copy is never gonna do anything. I played 2 oozes, 2 ram throughs here, and I cut the Vivien here. Now I don't know what kind of mass removal they have. I assume they do have some kind, but I have cards that are good against mass removal. I get a 3rd starting hand with the Llanowar Elves. This time there's nothing to accelerate into. Double Garruk is not optimal, but this is still... I mean, if I... Well, I can't assume the Llanowar Elves to survive, but at least I get the Pelt Collector, and then if I draw lands, they are fairly good with the Garruk, and if I draw spells, I can... Well, at least have some spells here. But yeah, not a great hand, but... there's no way to mulliganing this. The Garruk does combine. Okay, they actually had no play, no discard spell either, so this is good. The Garruk is very good combination with the Great Henge, because you can make a very big creature, and then this is gonna be a very cheap card to cast in that case. But let's see now what they choose to do. Discard. No, they would have played a discard spell with the Water Grave, so they probably have a kill spell. On the Pelt Collector, okay, that is maybe a mistake they made, because now I can play a Garruk, and they are now in a bit of a trouble, because I can make a token here, and then I can start pumping it. Great Henge will be what? Well, it's gonna be a 3-mana spell, assuming they don't kill the token. Of course, if they pass here, I'm going to have to... Oh, so I will discard. Of course, Llanowar Elves here. So they kill the Garruk, the command, with the command, and I mean, I'm just going to... It's interesting, actually. I think it's gonna be the Planeswalker here still. And is it going to be another token or pumping here? I feel like I'm just gonna pump it this time. Deal 6 instead of 3. They might have like a Bedevil, but that will use all of their mana. Now if they have a Nicol Bolas, Well, I'm gonna discard the pack leader, then I'm gonna play the Great Henge. Oh, they had it. Didn't have it. Okay, so I'm very tempted here to just plus again. Maybe I should. I mean, I guess I could plus the Llanowar Elves here. Then I have a 4/4. This is gonna be 5, but then I miss a bunch of damage. But then if I can get the Henge and the pack leader with the Henge mana, that's gonna be pretty good. This is actually not so easy, because if I plus the 3/3, I can't play the Great Henge on this turn. But I don't want to miss damage either. Let's do it like this. Okay, they have nothing. In that case, I'm actually tempted to just attack for a bunch of damage. They might have a Crux of Fate though. They might have a Crux of Fate, but I want this thing to be lethal in that case. So I can attack with it being a 2/2/6, that's 9. It's not going to be lethal. No, it is going to be lethal with the Garruk. So I guess I'm actually... Oh man, am I gonna do it like this? Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. It seems like they have nothing, so I'm just doing so that they can't play Crux of Fate now, because the Lair of the Hydra with the Garruk unleashed is gonna be lethal. Yeah, they had only the Heartless Act and the Collines Command and no other plays. That is interesting. Okay, that's just, you know, they had, I don't know what they had in their hand. I have no idea what they had in hand. So many cards, no interaction of any kind. I thought this deck would have like mostly just interaction and a couple of win conditions. But they had nothing on turn 4, which was very weird. Well, that was the first match against the Grixis Control deck. I'm not sure about my sideboarding, how good that was, but at least I won the match. Okay, I have a 1-drop. This time it's not a Llanowar Elves, but this is a 1/2/3 curve if I draw a land. Triple champion here. I'm on the play, so this could be a very explosive start if I draw the land. And they did not have... Let's see what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna play the Pelt Collector. They didn't have a Fatal Push yet. The point with the Pelt Collector is that if I... Well, they did have it now. So the point with the Pelt Collector is that if I don't draw a land, I can play this and make this into a 2/2. And if I draw a land, well, this still is gonna be a 2/2, and that's just fantastic no matter what. So I think the Scavenging Ooze is not that important right now. Mageman Tome, okay, come on, land. If I get a land now, then I don't care about my draws for a couple of turns because I can play all the stuff. Now, yeah, that wasn't lucky, but it was just 2 draw steps. It wasn't that likely to draw a land. But let's hope the third one is going to be a land now. At least I did draw a 2-mana card, and I can use the Scavenging Ooze to make it larger now, but I'm assuming this kind of black deck is going to have a lot of removal. But yeah, now I did got the land here, so let's see. Am I gonna attack for 5 here? They just drew a card. They can still have a Fatal Push, and they can have a mass removal, of course. They can have a Languish, for example, and all of these will get -4/-4, and that's exactly what they had. But not really much, you know, options for me there. Just play more of these guys. And the Planeswalkers are very good here, and of course the Collected Company against mass removal is just good, very good. And if I had if my 3-drop was a Rhonas, that would have been great. It would have actually survived this and I could have played the champion. So my hand wasn't exactly very resilient against Languish. I don't think I have a very good chance to actually win here. But they are gonna go now to 8. Then again they will gain 4 life from the Mageman Tome. Now finally I got this thing. So that's gonna survive any further Languishes. Now they have a Cabal Stronghold here, which is a bit risky for me. I mean, they can get a lot of mana. Do they have like a Torment of Hailfire, or what's the win condition? Soon they will have a lot of mana. Now they can jump block the Rhonas. I could have played the Steel Leaf Champion instead, because this can't block, of course. But I'm just fearing if they have another Languish. Okay, Khan is gonna get something. compass. They have one card left, but they will fetch now something. Yeah, I don't think they can. They probably have Ugin in the deck, do they? Another compass. Why would they have another? Okay, well that's definitely. It's a weird choice. Well, they can make the the spiders of Oraska. Yeah, that does things. Yeah. It's not so weird. I mean, they can always blank 2 of my attackers. And now they can use Khan for another card. Yep, that's... I somehow thought this is a legendary, but of course it's not. They can have multiples of those. They can even jump with the Simulacrum if they just want to. Just want to draw a card, but they did not want to draw a card. Okay, so I think this is going to be very, very tough for me. I mean, they're going to get some great artifact now, which is going to... definitely going to be... pretty relevant. Yeah, the language. I mean, they had the mass removal. That's often what happens when you don't have the collected company to play around wrath effects. Of course, I would have won with the board I had here. Okay, Helm of the Host. Well, that is pretty sweet. They get the sim. Now I understand why they didn't. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's a brew. But yeah, if they didn't have the language, of course, I just had a superior board. I would have won very quickly there. But now this is something I can't really beat that easily. Well, there's the collected company at least. But well, one of these will go through. So that's funny. Well, maybe not true, but I could have attacked the Khan here, but I'm not gonna attack the Khan here. It's just not gonna happen. They get to draw a card and then they can untap these guys because this won't get trample. It can't target itself. Yeah, the Spiders of Oraska does some stuff. Now with the collected company, I can get lucky here, but since they're gonna get every turn one other Solemn here, and they can draw cards from the. These will draw a card. They can get the Mind Stones drawing cards. So it's really unlikely that I could here do anything strong here. So now there's the Ugin coming up. Well, maybe not. Okay, got some cards here. They could have untapped. No, that's not actually. That is just untap. It's just making things into. Okay, there's Ugin, but not the kind of Ugin that. That's the worst. That's not so bad, but still very good for the opponent, of course. I mean, they're gonna have a lot of jump blockers. They get another of those. I don't think I have any chance in here. Even if the collected company hits exactly what I need, I don't think there's a chance. Okay, well, not really a lot of options there. I get to draw a card, at least, if nothing else. Yeah, I mean, beating the opponent at this point. Oh, they have a Murderous Rider here. It's gonna be extremely difficult when they have these spiders. I can't really beat them. They just have the engine set up there. So now I know approximately what they have. I'm definitely taking the beasts here. Gemrazer can kill. Well, yeah, they are good. And Wilt, I guess maybe, yeah. Do I want this to go to pick in the deck? They're gonna have the Mana Rocks. They're gonna have Maze Mind Tomes. Not sure if I want to kill actually Maze Mind Tomes with the with a card, but this compass is pretty annoying as when it turns into a land. Thragtusk survives removal, any kind of removal, so I kind of like it, but it can be just jump locked with the Solemn Simulacrum. Well, the Scavenging Ooze is just the least impactful card here. I'm still thinking about sideboarding maybe a Thragtusk, but it's quite slow also. I think I'm not doing that. So I will have to cut one more card. Maybe it's just a Rhonas. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this matchup, actually. But let's hope that I can draw the Collected Company so that the language doesn't completely wreck me. A 1-drop start. When you have only 8 1-drops, you don't definitely get a 1-drop in each of your hands, but I've been somewhat lucky here. All of my hands have had 1-drops in them. But yeah, this is now the classic 1, 2, 3 curve. If they don't have a fatal push, this is gonna be very good now. And now, yeah, the language can't come on the next turn because this is not a Mind Stone. So I'm gonna play the Old Growth Troll. I could consider the Gemrazer here to kill the Maze Mind Tome, but maybe it's not going to be what I want to do here. I will also draw a card here, by the way. Kind of want the land. So next turn I'm expecting them to mass remove everything. So don't think I'm going to. Okay, they sadly have a Murderous Rider there. They're gonna go to fairly low life total though. So what is the plan here now? I think the plan is just to... Yeah, it's pretty easy now. They can't languish now because this won't gain life them on the next turn. So I will play the Llanowar Elves here, or maybe the Pelt. No, the Llanowar Elves is gonna be better. And let's see, this has yeah, so I can do this and this. And now if they languish, what's gonna happen? The Old Growth Troll is going to enchant the forest, and then with this one Oasis, I can actually sack the forest to make the 4/4, and that will be victory because they would be tapped out, so they can't languish now. That's the idea, and that's why I just like the Old Growth Troll here so much. Yeah, that's gonna be me winning the game now. They don't get life here, and that's just lethal. Yeah, that's why the troll is so nice here. Nice addition. Do I want to change anything? I just don't think I want the random wilt here. It's just not good enough. Mostly because I don't want to cut any more threats here. Of course, I need to have a high density of threats. I could consider that is this Great Henge going to be too slow on the draw. If I play this on the draw, because the earliest I can play this ever is turn 4. After I have played the Steel Leaf Champion or Rhonas, and then if they survive, I can play this on turn 4 if I have the... Well, I guess it's... Okay, sorry, turn 3 is possible with Llanowar Elves into a turn 2 of these 5/5 guys, and then if I have a land drop. Also on turn 3, I can then cast this on turn 3. But the opponent doesn't have any... Oh, they do have a Khan. Doesn't Khan say my artifacts can't be activated? Now the passive effect is still going to happen. I just can't get the life or mana, but it will draw me cards. So I think it's fine. Yeah, and what I'm gonna sideboard, like a Scavenging Ooze, Rhonas Wilt. Nah, I just do it like this. But now I'm on the draw. I can't keep... I must have at least a 2-drop in there. I can't keep a hand that has the first play on turn 3. Ideally I have a 1-drop because that's... But yeah, this is good enough. 2, 3, maybe even 4 here. It's a good enough curve. Opponent also did mulligan here. So I'm not saying this deck is like the best in history, but I want to play decks that can be like maybe interesting or maybe not the most common decks you see all the time. So I'm for example not having any kind of expectations to go, you know, to win this event, to win a lot of matches in this event. But of course the constructed event is just 1000 gold to enter, and I've already won 1 match, so I get some stuff back. But now let's focus here. So they just draw a card, and now if they have a language, I have the Old Growth Troll here, which allows at least me to enchant the land here. If it dies, of course this time won't be sacking the land, but it will add 2 mana. So it's gonna be nice anyway. So I have now different options in here. Let's see what I draw. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. into this. I could have played the Questing Beast, but I usually want to save it when they have a Planeswalker already. Of course, they probably don't play a Planeswalker next turn. Well, they could play a Khan. Yeah, Khan is a possibility. The Vivien can... Okay, that is... Yeah, that just dies, because Vivien with the Death Touch thing is, of course, pretty good. But they got a Cabal Stronghold, of course. So how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's gonna be enough for Vivien and the Troll, so I can attack with the Rhonas here. That is good.
I am Scala's vengeance, and I'm coming for you next.
So they're gonna go to 12, but then they're gonna get, of course, a bunch of life from the Mazeman Tome. But I have a good setup here now. And if they have a language number 2, I can still have the... I have a still good continuation for that. But they are, of course, at 16 here, so I'm not gonna threaten lethal quite yet. I also have the Planeswalker here, which is gonna be good. Also with the Lair of the Hydra, I can activate it. It keeps the counters, of course, permanently. So they can play another Golos now. So that I cannot kill currently. But what I can do is... Yeah, this can start activating the Golos here. Well, what I can do is, of course, a lot of damage here. And now I need to play the Questing Beast. I will give counters to the Old Growth Troll. There's no point maybe with the Llanowar Elves. Can I... Okay, I can pump Llanowar Elves twice though. So if they can't block even. But no, I don't have mana for that. So going to give counters to the... Yeah, they're gonna activate this. There's no, I can't know what happens. But I'm gonna give a counter to the Questing Beast and the Old Growth Troll. Then Language won't kill them. So maybe I'll just... I'm thinking about if I want to use the Hydra, Lair of the Hydra. No, I can't activate it with enough. So I guess I'm just doing it like this, so I can sacrifice the forest end of turn or something like that. Yeah, I'll just do it like this. So I'm dealing here actually... Wait a minute. Could I have had forced them to block with the... I actually didn't realize, but man, this is gonna be 15 damage. If I didn't tap the Llanowar Elves here, I actually could have forced them to... Oh man, I didn't do the math. That's the mistake. Do the math always. Oh, but I have 3 mana left. No, sorry. Yep, all is fine. They must block here now. They can't take the damage. Because of the Rhonas activation. Yep, no problem. They won't be able to cast activate the Golos here. Yep, no problem. This was exactly correctly played. And now the question is, do I want to deal 2 additional damage here, or do I want to leave the Old Growth Troll as something I can do? Yeah, because they might have an Ugin here. But then again, I can have the Lair of the Hydra still. If I sack the forest here, it will be a 4-4, and then I can activate this thing. If I don't draw land, it will still be like a 3-3. They're gonna take 10 damage here now. I don't think that 2 mana is... Sorry, 2 damage is quite worth it at this point. Probably not. Because then I can't do anything else with... Yeah, I'll just do it like this. So now they basically can't Ugin. Because... then I will have lethals. Now, okay, no, oh, sorry, if they Ugin the Old Growth Troll is... But it's still... the Lair of the Hydra is enough, but yeah, I'm gonna lose the enchantment here, so Ugin actually does kill the Troll. It doesn't matter if I'm going to either activate this in response or not. Because the aura is gonna go away if I don't. Okay, so there's the Ugin, but with the Lair of the Hydra and... Vivien is gonna die too. Yeah... Am I going to have enough? Because they're gonna have a 3 or 4, of course. So yeah, there's no point sacking the forest. I mean, why would I do that? So yeah, maybe I should have actually pumped here. They would be at 4. Yeah, that seems like it was a mistake. don't think there's anything I can do here. No, they just got all exiled. There's just no.
I'll return.
But I mean, if I draw a land, is that gonna help? No, no, land is not gonna help. But if I did, well, I can kill the Ugin then, so there's that. But oh man. Oh. So if they were at 4 now, I could have played around Ugin here. Man. Well, I have to try to do this. But they can draw some cards, but... So if I attack now, I can make it the 4-4. That would be exactly lethal. If I did pump with the Rhonas there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I made a mistake there, because I thought that if they have a Ugin, I can sacrifice my old growth troll that was enchanting the land. Yep, that's what I was thinking. That I can make a 4-4 out of that. But of course Ugin also kills the land enchantment, so I guess I'll just have to kill the Ugin here, right? So hope they only have a card draw spell and not a removal spell here, because if they have a removal spell, I'm gonna lose. But they still get to draw cards. They are gonna get a life point, 4 life at some point. Yeah, that was my mistake, because now they have so much card drawing power, and also you know, a lot of mana. They are not gonna. They have all the mana they ever need. So I have to be pretty lucky, and they have to be pretty unlucky here. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. They're gonna next turn draw cards again and gain 4 life. Even this is not gonna really... They can kill the Steel Leaf Champion. Yeah, they can... Well, I guess I'll just do this anyway. They can choose to kill either the Garruk or the creature, but they have a removal on the creature, for sure. Yeah, so if I did in the end use the Rhonas, I would have won. The Ugin would have been not enough, because then I would have had the Lair of the Hydra dealing 4 when they were at 4, but now this is just, I mean, they just draw so many cards and have an active Planeswalker. I don't have anything in my deck that can beat them, because they get the jump blockers. Even something like a Collected Company is not gonna be good enough. When they're at 10 life, they're gonna be soon at 14 life. And of course Garruk is gonna die here. Let's just, I mean, I'm not beating this. There's no way. But I had the chance to win there, but I messed up. I didn't count it. I didn't. Yeah, well, the mistake was that I thought that the troll land is going to survive Ugin. That was my mistake. I thought I'm gonna get a 4/4 token, which I can attack with, in addition to the land I had that I can animate to be a creature. That would have dealt 6. But of course, I don't have that option when they have the Ugin exiling the land enchantment. So maybe I will have to play a bit better now. Okay, well, this is a bit sketchy. I'm on the draw. I have a 2-drop, which is good. I have 2 great 4-drops, but I need to find something to play before turn 4, other than the pack leader. But I think I'm keeping it still. I have 3 lands, so I only need to draw like some non-land. It's most likely going to be a playable spell. Well, I needed to draw 1 land too, but now I have 2 draw steps to find something to play. Okay, and I did something to play before the Collected Company, and now I have the Barkhide Troll, which I can't even defend with the... You know, I can leave the mana up here. Okay, another Great Henge, but the opponent is not doing anything. Alright. So they're gonna have like a language, aren't they? Green, white, black. No idea what it could be. It could be mass removal. Oh, they are going to be a... is that a Niv-Mizzet? No, but double swamp.
Step aside or be crushed.
I mean the 5-color Niv-Mizzet. But with double swamp, no, that's not gonna up their deck. I have no idea what they have, but they can make a Death Touch thing here now. But I will get to draw a card, so that's pretty good. And oh, I'll just attack both with him. And they will kill the pack leader, I get a card. Yeah, this is fine. This is definitely fine here. And I can collected company. Collected company there, end of their turn. And then maybe have a Great Henge. Yeah, this could be very... But they have a lot of cards too, and they might have a better late game. Sorin Vengeful. That's some kind of super French deck. This is gonna get back nothing. They're just gonna ping, and no, that's not really going to do a whole lot to them. Yeah, I mean, the best they can do is +1 and drain 1 point of... Okay, let's see how this is gonna hit. Ooze, Pelt Collector, Old Growth Troll. Okay, interesting. It's gonna be the Troll. The Pelt Collector is going to get bigger, but then again, the Scavenging Ooze is gonna get big too. Maybe it's just Ooze here. I'm not sure. Okay, so they have a 1 mana spell here. 1 mana spell here indeed, because they just got a priority here. We'll see what it is. Sorin is going to die anyway. It's 2. I mean, I'm not gonna try to attack their life total when they have 18 here. And it seems like it's a fatal push, I guess. So they can kill the troll or the ooze here. But I mean, they're just... What are they doing? Timing out. Sadly, I didn't get a 5-power creature. Would have allowed me to play the Henge. I can still draw a land if it is one of the... I might have 3 tapped lands because the Lair of the Hydra, of course, enters tapped at this point. Alright, so they didn't play anything yet. So I'm definitely just casting this now that I have mana for it. And then I can... attack with all... No, I'm just gonna do it like this and this, I guess. And then they might have... Well, I'm gonna draw a card from this guy, so... Let's play it. So I forced them to have a mass removal of some kind. And if they do, I still get the Old Growth Troll trigger. I still have the Great Henge drawing me more cards. Garruk here, Collected Company. But of course they start to have a lot of mana, so if they have some powerful cards in their deck, in terms of, I mean, high mana cost cards that do a lot of things, I'm not out of the woods yet. But then again, if they don't have a mass removal spell, I have here currently almost lethal attack. With the Garruk Unleashed, it is lethal, but of course I'm assuming them to do something. They have some interaction at least, or something to block with. Or is this just some kind of a, like, mostly planeswalkers, but these are not even that. I mean, these are pretty expensive for what they do. They have fairly low impact on the board. Well, they're gonna lose their time out now. And then they have another 30 seconds time to decide what to do. What to do before they're gonna auto pass. Yeah, I haven't... Oh, what the... Okay. They are playing 176 cards. I just saw this tower of a deck here. Okay, well, I mean, of course in events sometimes people do not play tier 1 decks. So this is definitely not one. So, I guess they're just timing out here, and then I'm going to try to attack. Now there are multiple things I can do. I think this... I could just play the Garruk and... But that doesn't leave me mana up for the Collected Company. At 7, that's 13. So, I mean, Garruk will be lethal. I'd have 1 creature. No, so the Scavenging Ooze sadly won't be getting +2/+2. If it did, that would be lethal. No, it wouldn't actually. How did I count this? No, it would. Yeah, if this was a 4/4, this would be exactly lethal. But I can only make it in the 3/3. So, if I play a 4-mana Planeswalker, I can't keep the Collected Company up. I mean, it feels like they don't have anything because they just passed their turn, but I'm just trying to figure out if they have something like a mass removal. I'd rather leave the Collected Company as a Because if I now play the Garruk and they have something, I have nothing to attack with on the next turn. So I just make sure that I will win on the next turn. I will eat my pack leader to deal one additional point of damage here, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, let's just play it safe here. I mean, now they really need something good to deal with all of these and the collected company. Also, if they have mass removal, that's not exile based. The old growth troll will enchant the forest, and because I have the Great Henge here, they're giving me 2 mana, so I can both play the collected company by tapping the Great Henge and 2 of the forests in here. Now, and that leaves 2 untapped forests still. The other one would be enchanted by this, and the other one could be used to, you know, pay for the sacrificing of these forests. So so basically, if they rat this board so that it's not exile-based removal, I will be ending up with a 4/4 token end of turn, and also with the collected company. And of course, the collected company will also, you know, trigger this thing. This doesn't trigger from tokens, but of course, these collected company creatures will be non-tokens. But yeah, this was just a match over against almost 200 card deck. So that was the second win in the event. So that means I'm a break even now, because the traditional constructed events, both standard and historic, have the same structure. If you get to 2 wins before you have 2 losses, you get your gold back and some cards, and then after that you can get extra gold and even some rare cards. So now it's already break even. So if I lose this match, I think I will add one more ladder match to the video. But if I win this match, then I will just finish the event, and that will be the video then. So I took this monogreen deck for this first constructed corner video. I have no idea what I'm gonna play in a week, but I try to figure out some fun standard or historic deck. Maybe standard, because now I play historic. Maybe I should kind of switch between those two, and then have something on the next weekend as well. Okay, this is not great because I'm not having a 2-drop here. Oh, is this gonna be a rogues or just a straight up mill deck? I definitely would want to have a 2-drop, but I think this is still a keep. Okay, well, double ruin crab, sure. That's what you do. Oh, even to evolving wilds. Alright. So I can. This might be too slow now because they are on the play with double ruin crabs now, and they're gonna have like a Tasha's hideous laughter and all that. So this is. I mean, if they don't have this start, I'm gonna have a lot more time. But now that they have this start, as long as they hit their land drops, and I didn't sadly get the. Sadly, I didn't get the. I guess I could have attacked here, but they wouldn't have. They would have blocked it most likely. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a 2-drop here, so this is gonna be too slow. Yep. Hopefully it hits a Great Henge. So do you hit a Great Henge? No, you don't. Oh, no, I was a million cards. 15. Right. I'm dying in a couple of turns. Maybe they miss land drops from now on. At least they can't block the Steel Leaf Champion. But it's, I mean, if they have a land drops, I'm gonna mill 6 and then mill 6 and then, and if they have a fetch lands, oh, they actually did miss land drops. Well, that's different then. Are they gonna have counter spells? I think I wanna maybe play the Rhonas if they have a counter spell. Nope. Because I don't mind if they start blocking with their ruin crabs either, because that will just give me all the time in the world. But what are their cards in their hand? Because they didn't play a Tasha's hideous laughter either. So I have no idea. Why didn't they play anything in it? It wasn't even a counter spell. So now they have a land. Something for 4. Maybe like a. I don't know what 4-mana card given is a good mill card. Well, this is gonna be exciting. So I think I'm gonna just play the collected company. They are forced to block now. Doesn't make any sense to attack with, let's say, the Hydra here. Even if they double block, they are not gonna die. So let's just do this and see what happens. They might have bounce spells, unsummon into the story. Yeah, okay. They are going to draw some cards. But they need to find the Thassa's Hideous Laughter, and that's gonna win them the game. Okay. One land won't be enough. But they need, or they could have like of other kind of mill decks. Oh, the Collected Company is, by the way, so bad. I just forgot. It's of course kind of milling me. So I can't actually do that. So let's just play this thing. I should have done this pre-combat to, the Pelt Collector would have dealt more damage in that case. But I guess I'm gonna win anyway if they don't have a mill here. But they just drew 4 cards, so I don't think that I have very high chance here to win. So I'm gonna go to 6 cards in the deck. So most things that they can have like a maddening cacophony and all that. Yep, that's gonna be enough. And there's no way for me to win in the upkeep. So get cards back to my deck in the upkeep. No. So yep, double Ruining Grab start on the play. When I miss my 2-drop, that's enough to not win. Okay, Questing Beast can be unblocked. Ram-throughs. I definitely don't care about the Great Henge. I just care about speed in here. The Rhonas maybe. So what am I? Do I want to have like a Ram-throughs against the? I didn't see any counter spells. So maybe the Shepherd isn't needed, but I would assume they. I guess they have like a bounce spells and counters. Well, maybe I don't know what they're gonna play. So I'm thinking about the Ram-through. Maybe like one Rhonas goes away, one Ram-through goes in, and maybe yeah, that's it. I don't need that many Ram-through. I mean, I'm supposed to win only if they get the double Ruin Grab start, which of course isn't gonna happen always because there are only 4 of those in the deck. So I shouldn't really pay too much attention to their Ruin Grabs. Now this is better because I have a turn 1 and turn 2 Pelt Collectors. So this will be 2/2s when I play this, and then of course there will be 3/3s opponent mulligans here. I have no idea what kind of sideboard hate they do have. I mean, they can be like Aether Gusts, but any bounce spells or that, they don't do anything unless they get their mill engine right away. So let's see if they have a Ruin Grab here. The Windrobber, okay. I'm actually fine trading here. Don't really, I mean, I'm the Collected Company, I'm gonna have a very decent chance here anyway. And I'm gonna get my 5 power creature. Let's see if they have a counter spell. Well, not with 1 mana, no. No 1 mana spell counters creatures, I don't think. No unsummon either. Okay, so now with the Collected Company, I'm gonna have such a high amount of pressure here that I can't really imagine. Now, yeah, now the Ruin Grab. You can play all the Ruin Grabs now. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to play into a counter spell here because they are gonna block the Pelt Collector and the Collected Company is going to make it. Yeah, they don't have. Okay, let's do like this. This is the Collected Company. I mean, just get 10 power creatures here and Mono Blue doesn't of course have any kind of mass removal, so they are just dead on the next turn. This is how the matchup usually should go. Something like this. And I'm nowhere near getting milled here. Yeah, you can do that. That's a 4 mana tapping out for a thing that doesn't affect the board in any way, so don't think that's the best possible thing to have in the deck against aggressive creature decks. Alright, so I still didn't see counter spells, so I don't think the Shepherd is needed here. I mean, maybe they just don't play counter spells, but they should play some kind of interaction, and the Covetous Urge just doesn't seem like it gets there. At least bounce spells, Aether Gust or something like that. Okay, well that's a no-lander, let's mulligan. And yeah, this is now, like I said, on the draw, hands that don't have 1 or 2 drops, they are very, very risky. But am I going to go to 5? I might lose to the mill deck now, because of the starting hands. If I had a 2-drop here, it would be a snap keep. 2 lands and 2-drop, that would be a snap keep. So I can either find a 5-card hand with a faster curving out, or hope I can draw something here. I think I'm gonna go to 5 here. And this is actually better. So now I of course have to cut. Maybe it's a bit tough actually, but I mean I have to cut 2 of these. I think a land and a Pelt Collector, and then I have to get a bit lucky here. It could be... No, I want to play the 1 Pelt Collector. What happened? Didn't I win the game? I'm on the play here. What's happening? Opponent made me go first. I just didn't realize that. If I knew that, I might have actually... Well, now it's all fine because I drew this thing. Let's try if they block now. Why would they let me go first? I have the fast deck. Why would they let me... Oh, they have the double. But at least I'm on the play, but they get the... I mean, if I lose now, it's because I in both game 1 and game 3 they're gonna get the double Ruin Grab start, which is not that often a thing that happens. But yeah, let's just I don't know. Let's play this thing. Yeah, I don't know why they let me start, but it's a bit annoying they got the Ruin Grabs again. I mean, it's just a 4-off. Getting 2 of them is not that likely. But it doesn't seem they have... Yeah, let's... Okay. Yeah, same story as usual. So let's just... I guess I can play the pack leader, Rhonas. Maybe I need to get lucky. I'm just figuring out... I want to have the 5 power card for the next turn. I guess it's more important. Now they take 7, but... I mean... Oh man, these Ruin Grabs. I probably don't... It's kind of... It depends on how many Thassa's Hideous Laughters they have. And Maddening Cacophonies. At least they didn't have a fetch land, so there's that. But yeah, this is really annoying. At least I've won 2 matches in the event, so I'm not losing any gold here. Okay, they get that thing. Alright. That kind of interaction is in there. Fine. It's pretty good, yeah. But... Well, this is... Oh, that's very annoying now. That I actually didn't even realize that there's a chance that I'm gonna lose a creature so that this can't attack. Now, this would be a perfect curve here otherwise. But now I can only attack with the Pelt Collector. I can pump the Pelt Collector, of course, attack for 10 in that case. But then I can't do anything else. But do I have that luxury here? Next turn they will be having the Old Growth Troll to block with. If I just attack for 3 now, they're going to go to 10. And then I play these guys. Oh, this is very awkward. I wish I drew a land. I could have used this and played a Werewolf pack leader. Or I just, a 5 or 4 power creature would have been fantastic. Like a Questing Beast in here, and I probably win the game on the spot. Well, not on the spot, but almost. Alright, so... Do I want to attack for 10 and not play anything? This will be trampling next turn, but problem is that they can just start jump blocking. I think I lost here now because of the Tempted by the Auric. I really didn't realize that's... yeah, this is tough. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's better to just do this, but man, playing the Rhonas and not being able to attack, I really didn't expect that's gonna happen. And yeah, you can of course still attack if you pump some other creature, but I wanted to play these guys in here. Now let's see if they can have a fetch land or something. Maybe they have another Tempted by the Auric. But yeah, all of this, I mean, I wouldn't be having any trouble if they didn't have the double Ruin Grab start. Okay, they're gonna have a land now. Could be a fetch land as well. So I'm gonna die on the next turn. I mean, I can survive this turn, but I don't think I have a lethal here. They have 3 blockers. Although if the Ruin Grabs both die, they can still have a Maddening Cacophony or a Thassa's Hideous Laughter. So I'm going to lose on the... if I can't win now. I did get the Questing Beast, but I don't think it's enough, because they can have 3 blockers, and then they can just... yeah, man, they double Ruin Grab start. Okay, so I will draw a card from this thing, but I can do that. I don't lose to that. So if I attack with all, well, pumping with something with this thing is just making no sense. So I'm doing this and let them do the math. I mean, I'm gonna attack with all, but it's sadly not going to be enough. They will have to block with both ruin crabs, I think, because they can't just jump like the Rhonas and then trade with the questing beast. It's gonna be 10 damage. Yeah, they have to lose both ruin crabs here, but sadly they don't need ruin crabs here anymore. They don't need them, so they go to 2 here. So still I got very close here, but now they just use any mill card and that's it. Good game. Good game. I mean, a mill deck is good if you are guaranteed to get double ruin crab turn 1 and turn 2. Of course my deck doesn't have interaction, but I mean, you saw the game 2 in this match. That was how it goes normally when they don't have such a fast start. And they even let me start in the game 3. Now, that said, I did mulligan to 5 as well. But that didn't even matter there. I got good enough draws there. Let's claim the prize now anyway. I got the 1000 gold back, so that was it. And let's play one ladder match to get 5 matches in the video here. So, traditional, standard, no, historic ranked with the stomp deck. Yeah, it was. So I lost game 1 and game 3 there because they had turn 1 and turn 2 ruin crabs there. That's the only reason I lost it. The Tempted by the Auric was good, but as you was able to see, my creatures were, I mean, that 2 for 1 I could take. I had so much attackers there that I didn't care them stealing my troll there. But the fact that they were able to get the fast clock with the double ruin crabs, that was the reason I didn't win. And I almost won. They were left at 2 life there, so I'm happy that wasn't like an important event. Imagine if that was actually an Arena Open Day 2 or a qualified weekend, and if someone would come with a mill deck and get those draws against me, I would actually be very angry then. Now I'm on the play with the turn 2 Steel Leaf Champion possibility if they don't have like a Fatal Push or okay, Fervent Champion. Okay, against Mono Red. I like the matchup actually quite a lot, especially after Sideboard. So, yeah, I think, and I have even the turn 3 Collected Company. So this is one of the best starts you can have. Now they were able to kill my thing, but I'm just starting to race here big time. There's nothing they can do against the Rhonas either. And I don't think they can easily kill the Steel Leaf Champion. Now, if they kill it somehow, that does mean the Rhonas can't do anything. But let's see what happens. Unless I draw a land and hit well with the Collected Company. Okay, that's it. They can't. So I'm going to... Do I want to trade here? I guess I will trade. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze can be a 4/4 on the next turn. So yeah, let's do it like this. They're gonna take here 5 and trade with the Steel Leaf Champion. I will play the Ooze and eat the Bone Crusher Giant there. And then it will be a... I mean, I don't know if they have like a lightning strike or something. But at least the Bone Crusher Giant won't kill the Ooze now. And I can still draw land for the Collected Company, which is somewhat likely to get something for the... Okay, they have a Frostbite. So now this doesn't do anything. But a land will be, of course, fantastic here. Come on, land. Nope. Well, that's okay then. Let's see if they have another Frostbite. Yeah, am I gonna be stuck at 3 lands? Yeah, they can do the damage here. Okay, that's a good one. And then Snow. So they didn't play the other Fervent Champion. Maybe it's just... Okay, well anyway, let's just... Since I can't draw anything, let's just do this, and they are forced to jump block one of these. But yeah, that's the reason they didn't attack with this. They need a jump blocker, and they of course want to have the Battlecry Goblin there. Now, am I gonna lose? They have to jump with the Fervent Champion. So they will have 2 pumps for this thing. I'm at 16. I will play the Barkhide Troll. I will block one of them. Yeah, I think it's fine. Of course, I mean, because the Scavenging Ooze can become a 5/5, so that's the reason they have to jump here, because otherwise it's gonna be lethal. Oh, they choose... What on earth? They are not interested in activating that guy. I have to take 1 life loss here, but I guess it's worth it. Interesting that they chose to jump block with this and not the Fervent Champion. They are not dealing 15 here, even if they have an Ember Cleave. No. Okay, well, that was a game 1 there. And Thragtusk comes in, and Ram Through is decent enough. And I don't think any other card here is really that important. What is not good here, Garruk. Usually Vivien is not good either. All the early drops are good. I think Vivien should go away, and then I will have one of the Rhonas. Because Monogreen can't kill this, so I don't want to actually draw 2 of these. They are very good, but I don't want to draw 2 of these. That's why I cut one of them. It's a card you could play only 2 in the main deck, but I like how it is one of the 3 mana 5 drops that can make the Great Henge cost only 4. So that's the reason I want to play a third one of those. And I don't like the Lobstruck Beast too much. It's too reliant on having the 1/1 to attack. If the opponent kills the 1/1, I'm not really interested in blocking with it. So that's the reason I don't have a Lobstruck Beast at all here. But yeah, in the previous game I never got to cast the Collected Company. Okay, this is good. Of course, I guess Monogreen, the Hashep Oasis isn't really great, because a lot of my mana requirements are, just green. So this is gonna cost me some life. But I'm not gonna mulligan this hand here, and I might just draw a forest or the Lair of the Hydra. Opponent did mulligan to 6 here, so let's see what's their turn 1 play. Is there gonna be a Fervent Champion or not? Goblin, Javelin Arrow, okay. I drew a land, but now this is gonna make the old growth troll so costly. I have only 2 of these things in my deck. Wow. Wow. Anyway, the pack leader, unless they have a... No, if they have a Frostbite, they can't kill this because this is not a snowland. Alright, so... I am tempted to just play the Llanowar Elves actually, with the Pelt Collector. And then next turn I can... Yeah, it's gonna be the play. The pack leader is okay, but the Llanowar Elves also gives me green mana that doesn't force me to pay life, so I hope they maybe just play the Bone Crusher Giant here, and that's it. Okay, Annex, that's okay. No blocks. Now, still no Painless Lands, but I'm 1 mana short of Thragtusk at least. So I could play the pack leader, but no, I'm gonna play the troll of course. Pay 1 life for that. Now, if they have a Ember Cleave, I think... Yeah, well, why didn't I have a Wilt? Because of course Wilt kills also the Anax, and also the... What's it called? Gemrazer can also kill Anax. Well, let's see that in the potential game 3 then. Now, I didn't draw the land, which I really wanted to just have a Thragtusk around. I'm losing to Ember Cleave. That is just how it goes. And I think I'm gonna play the pack leader maybe. Or, no, just another old growth troll. I still take some hits here, but that's how it goes. I have only 1 forest, so if both of the trolls die, it's not even gonna be that great, because I can only put them onto the same forest. So now, okay, no, well, yeah, need to draw my kill spells too, but I can't draw the 4th land either, so... Yeah, okay. Well, let's just continue chroming the Pelt Collector, and I think the Battlecry Goblin will be pretty lethal here. I have taken so much damage from the life loss from the lands too. Yep, that's gonna die. And okay, they don't have. Oh, and now when I drew a 4-mana card, that is just after they played this. All right, so a fairly unlucky game here, but I don't think I can attack here. If I attack with the troll, I just need all of these guys to block. I hope they never draw an Embercleave. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the Gemrazers and the Wilt. Yeah, they have actually more of these stuff than I anticipated. Yeah, I can just. I'm not beating this anymore when they have the Akron War here. So let's just make some adjustment here. So Wilt, Gemrazers, and what is not needed here is. Well, I want to have all of these. Maybe the Barkhide Trolls, and maybe like a couple of, maybe one of these. I like the Old Crow Troll a bit more. Maybe one of the Rhonas actually. It is good, but it has the risk of not doing anything if the opponent kills my other creatures. So let's do it like this. The Thragtusk and the Great Henge are too good to ignore here. At least I will be on the play. Let's see if the hand is keepable. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I have for guaranteed, because Mono Red can't interact with my hand. I will have a turn 3 Steel Leaf Champion and the Collected Company on turn 4, no matter what, if I so choose to play. And I still have a 1-drop, they might just kill it with the Frost Bite or Bone Crusher Giant. And if I'm very lucky, I just draw a 2-drop here too, or another 1-drop for turn 2. But even if I miss the play on the next turn, this is gonna be good enough curving out, especially on the play. Opponent thought about the mulligan and they chose to make a mulligan to 6. So now they're thinking about. Okay, they kept 6. So let's have this going on. If I'm very lucky, I can draw something to play right now. They have a Fervent Champion, which I can't block because of the first strike. I wasn't that lucky, but let's see if they. No, well, they have the double Fervent Champion there. Oh no, sorry, did I say double? I meant triple. Okay, well, sometimes you just can't beat the opponent. And now I have a ram through. Imagine if I drew this, that would have saved me so much life. I guess like 2, but 2 is a lot. Anyway, not much to do here. Pelt Collector is not gonna block anything here, so if they choose to attack, I'm not gonna block with the Pelt Collector. Okay, well, is that... okay, well, I guess I can eat one of them, but really, 4 of those guys? Okay, well, and Embercleave. Let's say the opponent had a pretty good start. That was a pretty good start there. Is there like any win chance here? Collected Company can find me. I can kill this, but then I can't do anything else. Well, let's try. Oh, they have a Den of the Bugbear too. Well, they can't attack with it quite yet. So I need to do this. Now they basically, if they have removal on the Pelt Collector, then they will win. Could just be a Bone Crusher Giant so that they can deal the first strike. This can be a... no, I can't block with that at all. So Bone Crusher Giant, and that's game over. Yeah, so quadruple Fervent Champion and an Embercleave. That is something you want to do when you have a mono red deck. Now let's see if the Collected Company is gonna win me the game. I mean, there's an Embercleave, which is gonna be a 3-power double striker. So let's see what happens. Not good enough. Only 1 and 2 drops. No. So if I did get a Rhonas, which I had only 1 of in the deck left, by the way, and then something that has 4 or 5 power, That would have allowed me to put Rhonas in here, and this would have trampled only 1 point through. Then I can eat this thing. Yeah. Okay, so that was a bit unfortunate, the last two matches. First of all, the meal deck, which I can be saying, I'm pretty sure that this deck has a favorable matchup against the meal deck. I should be winning more than 50% of the matches against that mono blue meal deck. That was the final event, final match of the event, and then the mono red start in the game 3 there. That was pretty something. So in the end, I went 3 wins and 2 losses. 2 wins and 3 losses with the deck. But I've been able to rank up quite well in the ladder. So this Diamond 3s, I've ranked up to from somewhere around Gold rank to Diamond 3 with the deck. And I haven't even played that much of ranked. I have played so many drafts in this month that I haven't got any stats, but it's winning a lot more than 50% of the matches. So the deck is decent. So if you want to play this kind of deck, this is also quite fast deck. And you might want to tune the sideboard a bit. You might want to maybe tune something in the main deck. This is not all locked in. I think the most important cards here are always the Llanowar Elves and the Pelt Collectors in the 1-drop slot. The Pack Leader is the best 2-drop you can have here. And then the Steel Leaf Champion is very good, and the Collected Company. So I would never cut Steel. At least in the main deck, you always want to have 4 of these each. And the rest, you can decide what you want to have, but those are kind of the things that are always locked in. You might want to play 1 extra land, especially with the creature lands. I thought about it. I could play 23 lands when I have the Lair of the Hydras and the Hashep Oasis here, which give me some utility for the lands, but I haven't done that yet. I might maybe tweak it a bit, but yeah, this is really able to do some explosive starts. It has resilience against mass removal if you play smart, and with sideboard, of course, you can get some like all decks, of course, get some percentage points in some matchups which are otherwise problematic, like graveyard-based things. Sometimes when you play against Phoenix deck, you have a Craftiger's Cage. Well, they will usually have Aberrate to kill it, but if they don't draw it, it's gonna be so much easier to kill those Phoenix decks before they get to overwhelm you. But yeah, that was the deck, that was the video. So I'm planning to do this for a couple of weekends, and if it seems like that people just don't care about these videos, maybe I will stop doing them, but yeah, a bit of constructed content. Please let me know in the comments if you are interested in this or you have some suggestions. Do you want to rather just see me playing the ladder matches, or is the event a good format? I do like the events because it's somehow exciting to try to win something. Ladder matches are just, meaningless matches unless you want to rank up. And I do want to rank up this month, but it's still like no stakes matches whereas the event matches are a bit more exciting. Let's see what the next video will be. I think it will be a traditional draft. I haven't had those in a while, so that will be the next video, and hopefully I will see you then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.